Welcome back to The Talk. Consumers continue to feel the pinch as new figures show that food prices are still rising faster than wages. Overall, food inflation rose 11.5% in August. Pay only grew by 8.2%. And despite Britain's largest supermarket chains denying claims that they've taken advantage of inflation by hiking prices, trust in retailers has fallen to its lowest level since the horse meat scandal a decade ago. Consumer Group, which found fewer than half of shoppers believe that supermarkets are acting in their best interests. 18% say they don't trust them at all. Supermarkets insist they're doing everything they can to offer value for money, but as we continue to see our weekly shopping bills go up, do we believe them? Obviously, patently not. I mean, the thing is that we kind of, you know, if each time you go to the supermarket and the price of something is going up, and you know that other things haven't changed. You do, and then we keep hearing that they've made record profits. You go, but hold on a second. How can this be? How can you make record profits if you're not putting food prices up to actually, to profit from the fact that we know that inflation means that every time we go, we're no longer surprised that whatever it is has gone up by 5p, 25p sometimes. I mean, ludicrous amounts. You look at them one week and they're 50p and the next week they're £1.50 and you think, really?
Yeah. But this thing with because food inflation has been running at 20% compared to ordinary inflation, as you were saying, of everything else, which is running at sort of half of that. And so, of course, people are going to be distrustful of the supermarkets. And I think the way our supermarkets are, the way the competition within food is run in this country is worse than other countries. And our food inflation has been worse than other countries. Having said that, other nationalities are used to paying more for their food than we are. So we've been sort of lulled into this glut of cheap food, which we never realised that our food was significantly cheaper than places like Spain, comparatively, because our supermarkets undercut their suppliers so much. They're really cutthroat in the way...
They don't pay them very well at all,
No,
do
they don't.
But, I mean, I don't understand how they can continue to just keep making these ridiculous profits. And keep putting prices up, because it can't. After the sort of the heights of the energy crisis, when it was really, really expensive, even for them, I suppose, to put the lights on in their stores, it can't be more expensive now than it was then for them to run the business. So why are prices still going up? Because, as you say, they're not paying the extra money to the suppliers. They're not getting any richer. So they're just, basically.
I mean, the suppliers were charging more because everything from animal feed to the electricity that they were having to use to keep their barns and their farms and their, and all their equipment going was so everybody is having more expensive. Then, of course, the Ukraine and the cost of grain and cattle feed and all of those things have meant that the prices have gone up. And the one thing I think a lot of people don't understand about inflation is inflation doesn't come down. As in the amount that things go up.
It never goes back
smaller.
down.
But we are never, ever, ever going back to the prices that we were paying last Christmas or last a year ago. That ship has sailed, and I think people are waiting for their bills to go down, not realising that's not going to happen.
I never understood why some of the supermarkets didn't just take, 4 staples, pasta and some kind of whatever, and gone, do you know what, these are going to cost 20p each, just in terms of their own PR.
Some of them have done. Lidl and
some of them did take it a bit.
That,
they are through the roof, and as Mike said, I'm a capitalist. I'm all for making a profit, but I think there's a responsibility that comes with that. And when you're talking about food, it's not like it's not a luxury option.
No, a lot of them are doing these deals, aren't they, as well, with the card, the loyalty card, which shows you that they could sell stuff for less money.
Correct.
Exactly.
Right?
They're significantly cheaper as well when you look at the price.
A lot cheaper.
Which does actually result in those of us who do have a loyalty card sometimes coming back with rather odd kind of food combinations.
I can imagine you being really diligent on this, because remember, when the energy prices were at full pelt, this is a woman, Penny Smith, who decided to try out ironing without turning the iron on.
No, I went on to no ironing, and I didn't, and I turned off the boiler and and boiled the kettle. I was just trying to see how low I could actually get.
How low you could go.
How low I could go.
Sticking with food